So after a few weeks of playing standard events, I figured it would be about time to explore ranked best of one ladder again. And what better deck to do that with than a deck that I've explored in the past, and it that has pretty much not changed at all since there are no new additions that I figured would really make it into this deck, except for Invasion of Gabakan, which acts as a protection spell and a kind of tempo advantage with the tax. I don't know, this card has felt pretty good. I don't know if there's a better card to put in this slot, but I don't know. I like it. I feel like it's just a good card in like pretty much any deck, and I like the additional objective. And then once it's on the battlefield, it feels like the game is like unlosable from certain positions. So I really like that. Anyways, this deck is basically a faster version of the Naya Auras deck. It's more aggressive. The games take less long, even less long than the Naya Auras, which is extremely fast. This is probably the fastest deck I've played recently, and I think the deck is fine. I don't think it's great, obviously, because it's a high roll deck. It has less consistency than Naya Auras, but I guess you could say it makes up for that fact with the additional, aggressive power. The blowout potential is, like probably like about one turn faster in this deck because you're setting up like really really early game creatures with the 1 drops into the 2 drop into like Angelfire or like Laurent's Escape, and you have Play with Fire for reach. So this is a deck that has additional security. When you're a little bit off on damage, you can make up those extra points of damage directly from Play with Fire and Kumano. So it's definitely a more aggressive slant than the Naya Auras, but I do think it is a worse deck overall because, if you value consistency, you would probably want to play Naya Auras. But this deck is extremely fun, and I love playing with cards like Electrostatic Infantry. Like, really, really satisfying card to play. It doesn't die, and then suddenly the world opens up. Like, suddenly you have a trampler that's scaling off of literally like any instant or sorcery you're casting. If you stack that thing with Angelfire, it becomes like a huge creature. It is just so fun to play with 2 creatures here with Virtuoso that have just immense scaling in this deck specifically, and really take over the game immediately. Basically, it's your opponent has an answer, then you keep moving on into the game. They don't have an answer, it pretty much ends on the spot, and I really love that. Now, the card I'm testing out that is not necessarily something that might stay in this deck is Light Shield Array plus, Invasion of Gabakan, I guess, the front side. The tax is really nice. It allows you to tempo out certain, removal spells or certain big creatures that can cause some problems potentially. Any spell that's a problem, basically. And Light Shield Array, the other half, acting as a protection spell, is just so good. It has been fantastic. But I do think that maybe you would play an extra creature potentially for a little bit more consistency. Playing the indestructible 2-drop, the one that can discard. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I can't remember names of cards really, and it's lagging. Guardian of New Bedalia is a fantastic card to play in this deck as well. So, Kumano into Guardian is really strong. So I would advise you play Guardian. I was just testing out Invasion because I love the card and I can't help myself playing it in literally every deck. Anyways, if you enjoy this kind of strategy, you can go ahead and check it out. Don't craft. I would not craft anything necessarily in this deck, but I do like. Here's one thing that I really appreciate about this deck. It is cheaper than the Auras deck, I think, and that is a huge upside. You got an uncommon here. You've got an uncommon here. This is an uncommon too. Yeah, this deck is really cheap. Okay, I really, really think that's the selling point for this deck over the Naya deck, is that if you're on a more of a budget side of things, then you can kind of get a similar game plan for a lot cheaper, but obviously less powerful due to the, more rares, more power, they say, and that's exactly how it is here. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the matches in ranked best of one, and yeah, this deck has been a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it as well. I guess we'll see how strong Fable is. At this point, you'd figure this might be a reason to play Fable in like every deck. If you can just win the game immediately, no matter what you're playing. Like Fable hard carry. The Naya Auras? Yeah, the Naya Auras is good as hell, but I don't know. I like switching things up, but like, I don't love playing the same deck over and over. We'll see. This is like okay, but again, you can see that you can see a clear mana issue already. The fact that there's no fast land is like it's so hard to realize just how bad it is to not have another dual land that's good. Like it is so bad. It's like immeasurable how bad it is. Samut, I will try to build a deck with Samut, but not now. After this, probably. If this deck doesn't do that well, I will. Well, if I own the card, because I do think it's pretty good with Invasion. Dude, why is Fable so broken? I don't know. Oh. Again, why is Fable so broken? I just get to discard lands. I have 22 lands. The fact that this card can prevent Flood is just so degen. Perfect. Okay. Good start, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, sure, the deck is like kind of cool, but if you want to play any deck, if you want to play a better deck, I guess one thing that's cool about this is that it's cheaper. And I think that holds actual value. I keep forgetting that there's definitely a lot of value in a deck that's cheaper, but might be less good than another deck that's more expensive. Because not everybody has access to literally every card in the game, so. Gruul does have fast lands, that's true, but if yeah, I can try Gruul. But not having white just feels so wrong. Oh my god. This is not it. Jeez. Nile Legends again. Nile Legends with Invasion, but don't you just lose to Sunfall though, right? I feel like that's just too much of a downside. Sunfall, if your deck loses to Sunfall, I think you can't. I don't know. I guess if you're facing Rakdos, you don't care about Sunfall. I don't know. Okay, well, let's hope that doesn't come to that point where they get 6 mana. But most likely I can win before that. I just need to get protection out and then Virtuoso. Okay, that's fine. Also fine. Point in casting that now. Probably. I don't know if I'll have the mana necessarily, and also if I can just get like one more good card, probably not that. That's good. At least I dodged a Fable there. I'm digging for like other flashback cards. Yep. It's either I win next turn or I don't win at all, right? So yeah. Guess there's no choice here. When am I gonna make a video for the official MTG Arena YouTube channel? Don't they have to ask you for that? I don't think they want me doing that. I'm not sure. So that's probably not worth saving that. The issue is I really need a land here. I was looking for it. Because otherwise I won't have trample. No, I mean, if they know anything about me, I don't necessarily think they'd want me representing them in any way. I don't know. What's their stance on people not on people criticizing their game? I guess that's the question. All right, I just need to land. Thank you. I was digging for it. I do like that this deck has a little bit of reach. I think maybe I know I used to have Siobhan Devastator in this list. Maybe I play it just for reach. I like a little bit extra reach. Couldn't do, yeah, couldn't be bad. I guess there's enough reach maybe with Kubano. Yeah, this matchup sucks without Skrill. Is what it is, though. See if they have a burn spell. They do. Okay, I'm definitely invading in. And then no way. This card's good. I like that I can play it instead of a creature on turns where my opponent obviously has removal. And that way I can just buy myself one turn to potentially stack something a little bit more. Quite good, yeah. Very good situation. No creatures for them, just a bunch of removal spells, and I tax their main way to like scale their sweeper, so the sweeper's kind of useless now. Can appreciate that. Bring this to 4 toughness. I think it's pretty good. The issue is that I'm gonna have to. The problem with doing it this way is that I can't really bring out the Virtuoso with nothing, right? So that's fine. I can race that. Oh, this doesn't have to target. Oh, wait. This is fine. So I can't just do this. Forgot I didn't have to target that. That's cool. Maybe I find a land here. That would be ideal. White source. Alright, now we're safe. Now it's over, right? This deck's matchup into red is so weird. Like, you have to bait out the removal in a way. But if you do, you just win the game. Like, if a creature sticks, it's just over. That doesn't matter. I can still block that. It's indestructible. Yeah, I love that. I remember beating up mono red with this deck. It was so fun. But all I need is a fast land, and suddenly this deck can play Skrelv, and that makes the mono red matchup like so much better. I mean, the fast land would improve the mono red matchup by like so much, like 1.5 times probably. It's already like decent. It's already like a 50-50 kind of, but okay. We're on the draw though, but I can play 2-drop, 3-drop, 2-drop, and maybe have protection by that time. I don't know. I'm definitely considering playing the the Thran portal just to be able to play Skrelv in this deck. Like, what's the trade-off? The trade-off is huge because you have to pay Skrelv 2 life as well, you're paying like you're taking like 4 upwards of 4 damage like every time. It's gonna be tough. Okay, another mono red player. I mean, this matchup is very play draw as well. So, you know, I'm on the draw. Probably means bad things. Possibly. Well, actually, I just love Angelfire. It's so good against mono red. Like, no matter how far behind you are, it's not even that bad. And this is actually a good situation, so. It's not really about me dealing damage here, it's about them. I'd rather block here, if possible. This looks like a potential, like, rampy version, though. Ooh, Blast Zone. Ooh, what the? I'm kind of scared of Blast Zone, but I guess it's okay. Yeah, when a creature sticks, it's over. It's kind of like it's kind of like the Naya deck in that way. This deck has a little bit more reach, but less, like, it's kind of weird. So the reason to play this deck over Naya is just that the clock is a little bit faster and the reach is a little bit better because you have Play with Fire, you have Kumano, and you know, you don't have to worry about the mana base as much the way I built it currently, but you don't get to play Skrell. That's a major downside, I think. And also, how do I describe this? Like, the auras are permanent value as well, so like if your creature dies, you get more value. So it's more value deck than this thing. Um, so this would go to 8, which is actually good enough. So 8 toughness, I mean. 8 toughness means they can't block. I hate not having a creature. This is why Kumano just feels kind of weird sometimes. Because I'm not playing that many creatures, right? So it has good upside, but also has like pretty low. On average, I should have a creature though. I technically have 12 cards that I can have that would scale off of this, including the Swift Spear, right? But maybe there's definitely there might be an argument for like playing even more, obviously. Esper is scary depending on what exactly is going on here. Like if they have counter magic, I'm kind of scared. Otherwise, Fable will probably do good things here. Okay. Well, I mean, my Kumano ate a go for the throat and dealt 1 damage, so I would call that relatively successful compared to just like a regular 1-drop. But this is gonna be a tough matchup. This has always been the case. Yeah, that's bad. Good though, but I don't have a white source. See the mana issue? Okay, here we go. That's good. Okay, we have a setup that is very favorable to us here. If they only have spot removal or sweeper. Casting this does make some sense, but also it's kind of weird. I feel like I should do it though. Try to guarantee like no, I should dig further for that. Yeah. I'm trying to find more of these. Ah, that was risky. I just realized that was actually a bad play, I think. Spent too much white mana. Oh, but actually, no, it doesn't make a difference. I only have 2. Yeah, I don't have enough. Yeah, actually, there was really nothing I could do there. Have I been to any Magic Con events? No, I don't go to cons. I guess I'm getting wrecked by Sunfall, but that's just a classic at this point. If I untap, I win, but probably not gonna untap. Sunfall is so busted. I hate the card so much. I feel like it's overtuned as heck. Like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why they printed it. Doesn't even make that much sense. As like card design in general. Might as well copy it, right? Is there any reason not to? If it dies, I lose. And if it doesn't, I mean, I guess there's there's really no upside to copying it. Five mana Wrath isn't OP. Yeah, 5 mana Wrath is not OP, I agree.
I hope you're ready to lose.
That does stop me from lethal, Jesus. Oh my god. And copying it was a little bit better than. See why Wandering Emperor is so broken? Like, how is this card so versatile? It's crazy. Yeah. Oh damn, man. That's so frustrating. They really shouldn't have access to like a planeswalker that can just exile your thing if it doesn't have vigilance or chump block. Like it's just too much. Instant speed creature and white control decks. Oh, the game crashed. That is a classic. That's been every day. So I appreciate that the updates make the game worse. Oh, I'm not even in game. All right. Fantastic. I had a good hand too. I'm disappointed. Oh my god, I hate this land. Oh my god. All right, give me on tap land. Oh my god, I'm just I lose the game if I don't find on tap. If I don't find on tap, it's over. Has to be white too. So crazy. But I had a good hand. It disconnected me. It's so disgusting. Yeah. I mean, I guess finding another Swift Spear is not the end of the world. Instead of a land, it's one of the better cards I could find. I just need more board presence because I will beat mono red. Like I'm really favoring this matchup, but this is fine. Actually, that's not fine anymore. Well, it's okay, I guess. Okay. Perfect, I guess, but if I drew that last turn, the game ends. I would slap the +1 on this, right? Jimbob, weren't you here earlier and you said that, didn't you already say hi? What, am I like tripping? Actually, I feel like that can die and I don't care. I'm surprised I didn't even try to deal with that. Kind of wanted to land there, to be honest. But, you know, can't get everything. So, can't be picky about it. Could be game. I would hope. I don't think they can ever deal with this now. As long as I just hold this up at all time. And once I find a land, it's over. Alright. I love the mono red matchup. When you have like anything on the board, like literally any creature plus angelfire, it's over. The question is, are you going to have one creature on the board? And I would say on average, yeah. I mean, you have protection. You can also just get Fable down. Honestly, 2/2 becomes a 4/4 lifelink vigilance. Like, that's already hard to deal with. They can't really deal 4 damage. They can only deal 3. So pretty good stuff overall. The mono red matchup was always easy. Yeah, it kind of was, but it's also, it depends. The thing is, they can draw a ton of removal spells, but if they draw a ton of removal spells, as long as they don't have like a crazy creature going crazy, they're still going to lose the game because they don't have board presence. They don't have recurring damage. The only way you lose is like Kumano, Swift Spear, removal, and you never draw your 2 damage removal spell. You never draw protection, and you don't draw Fable either. So you should, like, some crazy, things have to happen. Even play draw as well. If you're on the play, it probably doesn't matter anymore because you can just start pumping a creature up. But yeah, Angelfire is just really good. Love the card. If you enjoy my content and would like to help me keep making it, consider supporting me over on Patreon, where you're going to access to a bunch of bonus videos, as well as other rewards depending on the tiers. And thank you so much to all the lovely patrons that are already subscribed. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you all in the next video.